Hello, I'm Patrick Sorgeloos. I'm a retired professor of aquaculture at Ghent University, but have been and still involved in aquaculture, particularly in brine shrimp artemia used in aquaculture. Okay, what is brine shrimp artemia? It's a small crustacean, about 1 centimeter in size, but it has some very unique characteristics. And maybe as you hear already the word brine shrimp, it lives at very high salinity, there where most other aquatic organisms do not make a chance. And that can be salinities up to 6-7 times the concentration of seawater. What is so special about this brine shrimp? Well, it has a couple of unique characteristics. First, it can live at high salinity. Second, it can reproduce by 2 ways. It can produce live babies that grow up to adults. So that means that with a small population and you maintain good conditions, you can grow a big population. The other characteristic in the reproduction is that at certain moments, mostly moments of stress, the mother artemia will convert the embryos into cysts. That means that the embryonic development goes on up to a certain stage, and the embryo is packed in a shell, what we call a cyst. These cysts are released in the environment, can be harvested, can be dried, can be processed, can be stored for a number of years, and have become the crucial and the vital source of live food in aquaculture. You could call it the best alternative for zooplankton, the baby food of fish and shrimp, etc., in the aquatic environment. So over the years, we have seen with the development of aquaculture, the expansion of the number of hatcheries, that also the consumption of artemia has increased, very spectacular. When we were starting to work on artemia, we were talking about maybe 1 ton of artemia cysts per year. Now we are in the order of 3,500 to 4,000 metric tons of artemia on an annual basis. So the Kyoto Conference, long time ago, 1976, was the first occasion where the situation with artemia was addressed, where the risks of limited resources were addressed. In the meantime, we established the Artemia Reference Center. Quite a number of other countries in the world got involved. FAO published a manual. FAO was involved in a lot of training. And we have seen, let's say, successful applications, new sources that were developed, and in particular, and that can also be of interest for you in the arid zones in the GCC countries, that artemia can be produced on a seasonal basis under controlled conditions, not just harvested from wild sources, the big salt lakes, but also produced in man-made ponds, in solar salt operations. And a couple of examples that might interest you is the successful artemia production in Saudi Arabia, the NAQUA company, linked to a Dunaliella project. And recently also a new salt operation in Abu Dhabi, where the role of artemia is very nicely demonstrated. So together with FAO and NACA, we thought that it might be the time to look for an update, okay, what has been achieved, but particularly what are the challenges. There are considerable challenges ahead of us in terms of sustainability in the harvesting, but also opportunities for new countries to get involved. And this is where I hope and I see some interesting opportunities in your region to do that. So the plan is that at the occasion of the Global Conference on Aquaculture, the day before, a artemia workshop will be organized on the 22nd of September in the evening. And I hope that we will welcome a number of you, that you will be able to get good overview on what is the history of artemia, and in particularly also look into what is the potential maybe for your region.